Good to see you.
Alright there, Revenants, welcome back to Code Vein in the Road to 100, and one thing we have not seen here with you is running a gift-centered build out here. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be running the Black Blood Liberator, and we're going to have the massive Ichor recovery on it as well. And we're going to have some pretty decent dark value here, and we're going to be kind of staying at a distance if we can. And letting EO kind of get into the business of the fight, and we're going to be using Regenerative Drain here. Now we will have Hasten along for the ride in order to give us a 10% boost to our damage for our gifts, which will be very, very nice. Now EO is brought along here in the in this area specifically to talk to the attendants.
An attendant stays close, that is all. One must not interfere with the relics. In any case, there is little we can do.
Okay, so there you have it. They are talked to, and then they disappear. So very interesting.
I'll make good use of this.
Okay, and you'll see here just how much Ichor we can get back on a backstab. If I can line it up. There we go. So 22 Ichor, absolutely redonkulous. Absolutely crazy that we can get 22 Ichor in one backstab. Just unbelievable. So that is really, really great.
Hold it.
Ouch. Of course we had to get shot. We couldn't actually get through there without getting shot, right? So as a gift kind of setup here, we are very, very potent, all things considered, and we can get back as much Ichor as we wish at any point in time. And we can go for some big time damage regardless of what enemy we are going after and how involved we are going to be. So that is very, very nice. And this guy will just go for a backstab here and load up again back to full Ichor, and we'll go ahead and burst him down as well, and we'll go ahead and heal our way through here, and we'll bring it out. Always important to draw out the roots in order to make sure that we are set up for success moving through with our partner. Very, very important. So as you can tell, we are very stacked out here with our with our damage, not exactly with our defense, as you can clearly see. Okay. But what we lack in ability here, we can very, very stack up very, very quickly for our ability here to romp out the damage against anyone that challenges us. So let's go ahead and pick up our little sound suppressor here. No problem at all to pick that up. Okay, so here the most important thing is just go for a couple backstabs here to load up on Ichor, so that way we can go for this enemy. Okay. And that is how you can use up a whole bunch of Ichor very, very quickly, you know, in regards to which enemy you're going for and how you're going for it, because you can absolutely shred through these guys if you need to. And we'll go ahead and pick this up for now, just because it gets this guy out here, and he'll give us a few more backstabs to load up on health and everything here before we go and fight the other boys. Now remember, we do need a tungsten. That was definitely worth it. Now remember, we do have to get the vestige here for Eo along the way. Ooh, an Argent Wolf Blade, that's cool. So the nice thing here is that if we are built for it in such a way, we are able to very easily return all of our ichor along the way here as we go. Okay, and a 310. I was hoping for a tungsten there. That would have been nice. We'll get this guy interested in us. And he will have to run around. Whoops. Okay. That was unfortunate. Alright. And sadly, we did not get the launch attack there to get 5% health back, but that's completely fine. Okay, so let's go ahead and heal one, just in case, just to make sure that we have enough health to make it through here. And we'll go for a whole bunch of backstabs here to make sure that we are prepped and ready for everything coming our way in this area. And the Cerulean Spear does very good work all throughout this entire area here. Okay, now here we need to go into kind of burst mode, so we will go for hasten here. Okay, great. And you can see there that we do have some very wonderful damage that we can put out on the enemy if we are so choosing to. There's nothing really that can stand up against us here. And as you can see here, we'll go for a little bit of a triple kill there, which is great. And then this guy, we should have parried that, but that's completely fine. We will still have plenty of ichor going into this guy. So you can see that if we go for some gifting along the way here, we can absolutely wreck face wherever we need to, instead of relying on Eo to save us or take the hits for us or whatever. We are more than capable of doing what we need to on our own, and we are able to you know, take care of whatever we need to. Okay. Great. And so now the job here is to get this guy before that guy drops down, just to make sure that we are built here in such a way that we can go for, that we can go for as much damage as possible, and then that way we can pick off these guys one at a time, because when they start pairing up here together, it makes for a very bad time, because you want them to be you know, singled out. Okay, good. There's Eo going and getting hit by the spikes again, as the vines as they come out of the trees, or out of the wall there. Oh, okay. And you can see that we are at extreme amounts of ichor here. No real reason for us to continue getting ichor. Oh, whoops. That was unfortunate, but it's pretty amazing that we can have this amount of ichor along the way here, and there's no real downside to just continually having you know, maximum levels of ichor here. And as you can see, we are perfectly capable of destroying anyone and everything in our path, just because of how the cooldowns go and how the amounts of damage go. We are able to kind of stagger, which attacks we do and when, and we're able to continually destroy whatever we want, wherever we want. So here, see, we're down to 9 Ichor. We just blew through like a whole bunch of Ichor from that last dude. And see, in 2 backstabs and a quick drain, we are completely full again, which is amazing that we're even able to do it at that level of quickness of damage refill. Okay, that's good. And then we'll go for a backstab and continue filling our health and filling our Ichor back to full. So absolutely monstrous of a ability here in order to actually go for, all the crazy damage here. Now let's go for a mobility enhancer to make sure that we have all the damage possible. Oh, and unfortunate there that we missed the plasma roar, but that's completely fine. Okay, very nice. And there's really no reason to go for these guys other than the chance at a really great bayonet. Let's see. Did he drop anything? Nope. Okay. So this guy. We can get him interested and he can maybe come down here. Doesn't look like he dropped anything, but that's a nice way to shoot at enemies who are very low health up on different areas like that. Charge boosters, not a problem. I mean, not a reason to get anything, but that's okay. Sure. We'll go ahead and get a little bit of Ichor back here before we continue on our way. Ouch. Okay. Just a couple of these guys are fair to fight, just for the Ichor recovery and the health recovery as well. Oh, okay, he's running away. And no bayonet. Okay, that is unfortunate. Alright, and these guys, I don't think we need to deal with them, but the bayonet dude is definitely the gunner. He is definitely the one that you want to take out on the bridge, because the other dude you can deal with fairly well, fairly simply too. So here, we'll just let him come around. Good job, Eo. Okay, and another tungsten. Wow, we are getting extra lucky on these drops. So that is very, very nice. And there's really no reason to go over to the missile except for the attendant over there. But we will go for this attendant first. And we will go for, destroying her. Now, it's not so great that we have, what we have here. But the fact that we have the ability to stagger her over and over and over and destroy her in a very, very fast method, that is considerable. Okay, so let's go over to the other attendant here and pick up these fellas here. And this guy, we're going to destroy him quickly. Whoops. Okay, Eo's going to take care of them fellas, and that's completely fine. And there's no reason to wake those guys up at this moment, so we'll just continue on. Okay, so as we've made our way through here, there is this attendant here. And let's check our vestige levels for Eos, right? A, B, C, D, E. And we need F. Okay, so here's another attendant, and they only disappear, and you can only talk to them if Io is present, which is a very, very surefire way to know that Io is like the most recommended to be here at this point.
Our
So
mission, our purpose for existence, is to stay by the successors' sides and ease their suffering. There is only one path for us, to fulfill the duty we have been entrusted with.
okay, thank you. Thank you for your patronage. Okay, and so then they will all disappear and head off to, you know, Booba Land, wherever that is. And so they will be all together somewhere. And these guys, we will just use them as literal batteries here to load us up on Icor as we go along, because as you can see, we've used up most of our gifts here as we've already killed the attendant and done a few things here. So the attendant is a pretty simple fight when you have things that you can pair and stagger over and over and over and over. A spear is one of those things that she literally can't stand up against because 2 pokes and she staggers. It's very, very amazing. Alright, an MJ310. Too bad. Alright, so there's nothing here for us except this fine specimen here. And the reason being is that there is a pure blood here that we need to get. And we'll just continue to backstab until we have enough Icor and enough burst to actually take this thing down. So as you can see there, it works out very, very, very nicely. Okay, now the Berserker is going to be extra hard, but the thing is that before going the Berserker way, you always want to, if you want to try and do 100%, you always want to come this way first and grab the ladder, and then you want to run over here and grab F, and then you want to go do the Berserker from this direction. So now that we've done those 2 things, we can stop by the attendant over here and we can talk to her.
I've been waiting for you. Please, spin
This is the only attendant of the relics that you can actually engage with that has the name Attendant of the Relics and doesn't have a special name for like the other successors. Like you have Silene and Thebe and Themisto and Silene, Thebe, Themisto, and Leda. So those are the 4 that you come across, and this one is actually, strangely enough, IEO. This one, strangely enough, is Attendant of the Relics. Even though you can restore memory vestiges here and everything, it doesn't. This particular person here doesn't actually have a name. So, oh, whoops. So let's go ahead and repair all of the EOS vestiges here. Okay. And these are fun to watch for the first time. They really do give you a really, really good look into EO's story and the relic story and kind of how they were made, what they were used for, the problems they had.
Find meaning in the pursuit of their mission. There can be no other life for them beyond the one they were made for. That sort of life. It seems like such an awkward, sad existence. If I had never met you, I think by now I would also be.
Yes. I think it's pretty cool that you get these nice little cutscenes here with Io when you bring her along, and you do these repairs here instead of back at home base. It's pretty nice. So with each one of them, you get a little extra something here. And loading times are a thing, you know, so whatever.
Completely heedless of oneself or others, wandering lost and directionless, hoping only for the safety and well-being of their successor. I was the same way. Even when another attendant attacked and came close to frenzy right before my eyes, even then, I could not break my focus. But I wonder, is that really how it should be?
And since this is the EO show here towards the end, we might as well see everything EO has to say to us here at the end, understanding what she is working towards and trying to understand. This is one of the cutscenes here or one of the vestiges that does not have the other that does not have the other music. It is one that plays the opening theme, and it's very odd that it has that music. Kind of interesting. EO's got a lot of surprises for us here in Vane. And there's Jack's sword.
I don't understand. Why was she apologizing? The sin within us. What was she referring to? What could it be that I have somehow managed to forget?
What indeed, EO? What indeed? So it's interesting, the relic story. It's some of them more tragic. It's not as tragic as Eva's storyline, but it is still very, very tragic. So you can see that this one does not have the opening theme either. It has the normal vestige theme. Bridge to Glory, for some reason, it does have the theme song. Maybe because it's called Bridge to Glory. I don't know. But it's interesting that it does have a different music.
I suppose many attendants must have met the same fate, struggling to be with their successors, but turned to ash without ever meeting them. And it could have been the same for me. If I had made one mistake, I would have been doomed as well. The attendants, they could only live in accordance with their mission. It's possible they might have been able to survive if they had only chosen another way.
Yes. I love EO's story. Like, she's trying to remember alongside us as we're trying to remember. And a lot of her business is interesting because, like, she's like the star of the show here, actually. Not us. This is a pretty cool one. But it's interesting how her story unfolds, that she goes from being nobody to literally being the pinnacle of the ending of the perfect game. So kind of neat.
This attendant lost their successor to frenzy, and then succumbed to it themselves. If all we can do is stand by and watch, while we lose the ones we've been charged to protect, then does our presence serve any purpose? As attendants, what good do we do?
So here's the real question, guys. Is Gregorio Silva the biggest ladies' man of them all? Because he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attendants attending him. And plus the...
I know you can do it.
And EO
I've been waiting for
must have been here at some point because she had a vestige memory core F, this guy, over there at one point. So who knows? Who knows what Greg is doing down here? Very interesting.
Is it really meant to be this way? Do all attendants have to sacrifice their lives for the sake of their successors? It does not seem right. But could it be that I'm mistaken?
You could be mistaken, EO. That is correct. Okay, so we've gotten all of EO's vestiges done, because this tenant of the relics here does not have any more vestiges to repair. So that's very nice. We are able to take on the berserker over here. So that's nice. And we're able to
There soon.
collect this pure blood now free and clear. Because if we want to drop down, we can do that. And we don't have to worry about anything. So here, this is going to be nice that we do have Io along for the ride here. Because she is very, very agreeable to this fight for sure.
Be careful. Watch your footing.
Okay, now this is a very, very, very super intense fight here. Okay, and as you can see, he gets up to 50% resistance now on all things. So it's very, very important that, whoops, almost walked off the edge there. Is he gonna walk off the edge? No. But you can see there that we are putting out some pretty decent damage overall. However, he is very, 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 very tanky at this point in the game. And so it is very important that we are pretty focused here on what we are going to do in order to put out as max damage as possible. Whoa, that was close. There we go. Okay, berserker down. And here is why you want to make sure that you pick up the ladder before you come down here, because as soon as you get down here, you have this option here, which is your last shortcut, right? That you have to back to the beginning of sorts. And so if you want to, pick up this shortcut here, this is the last one in the area. And so the reason being is that over here you have this ladder here, and if that ladder is not down, you have to go all the way back around. And that becomes a very miserable day when you realize that, oh, you forgot that ladder to put it down, and you didn't remember to do that, and you have to go all the way back through there, all the way back around to come back all the way to the elevator, and that is not a fun day. So it's important that you make sure that you actually put that ladder down first. Okay. Powerful sound indeed, you. So there we go. We'll be heading down into the Silva fight and the Virgin-born fight, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. And thank you for watching. And down here there are just more attendants, and it just continues on and on and on with the amount of attendants and EO's interactions. So thank you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye.